Alrighty then. What is going on, everybody? What's going on? And we are live on YouTube on two different streams. You're probably wondering, okay, like if you're on the wrong one, it was a vertical layout. That's probably why. But the vertical layout looks like this. And if you're on this one, it means you're on the phone one, and you're watching the PC. That means that you're a dumbass and you're on the wrong one because I labeled them. One's mobile, one's desktop. All right, get that out of the way. What's up to Evil Black Cat? Oh my gosh, is an Evil Black Cat here? Holy crap. He said, what up, people? Is I, the Evil Black Cat, here to bring you all bad luck except Marania. What? Why is that? Why is it always Marania gets all the good luck? I think she's paying you. That's the only thing I can give. Why would you be giving her all the good luck? Marania pays you. And hello to Marania. What's up, Marania? Once leg dude. And yeah, so we don't do PC here. No, we don't do PC. No, we're smartphone all the way because we're smart. We're smart. All right. So I only got 3 books this week, but we're gonna talk about those 3 books and look at some of the other stuff, and then we'll probably go in some in-stock trades right now because in-stock trades has a 40% off all their DC titles and trades. So we'll get into that. So without further ado, I'm going to remove myself and put share screen. Oops. But how was your night so far, Breen?
Illinois beat Tennessee in whatever ball game they were playing. Carolina won. Pretty good.
Cool. Alrighty then. And so, okay, we'll start off with my number 3 this week because there really wasn't anything else I really wanted to get. It's a small week. There is no DC titles coming out this week whatsoever. I guess they just didn't want to put books out. I don't know why, but my number 3 for this week, we're going to scroll down. I only got past it right. Couldn't have passed it. Maybe I did. Let's go back up. Maybe it got passed up. Yeah, it's right there. And then Feral number 19 is my number 3 for this week. Actually, this has been one of my favorite ongoing books. I'll be sad when it finally ends. I love the fact it's pretty much like a Disney's Aristocats or something like that, or just designed. And it's basically survival kind of zombie, but not really zombie. It's rabies, and these house cats have basically met some outdoor cats, some stray stuff, and they try to survive. And of course, just like Walking Dead, you come across other cats who basically are very selfish on their own stuff. They have their own ideal plans what they want to do. So this is the big one. Elsie versus Gigi. Gigi is the fat cat right there. Lose the eyes. Elsie is their main cat, the one who's been from the very beginning. She's been kind of trying to keep the family together, but it's just no one really wants to listen to her, and she's kind of like just like a social pariah. So it says this fight has been brewing since Elsie had an affair with Gigi's tomcat lover. Now it's finally happening as the new leader of Pet City makes sheltering there even worse.
Pet City.
Yep, Pet City. Even worse than before. The outcome of this feline civil war will change our cats' lives forever. Ever. Tony Fleek, the writer, Tone Rodriguez doing the art, and then the Trish Forstner also helping with the art too as well. Brad Simpson, who basically looks like he stepped off Scrubs. You know who I'm talking about, the janitor in Scrubs. I try to look at his face. There's only 2 covers. There's cover A, which is right here. I love the blood splat because they're inside the Pet City store. And then we have cover 2, or cover A, or it's cover B, sorry, the alternate cover, which is basically a homage movie poster. Can You Survive? Feral Part 19, December 31st. I love this. I don't know what it's paying homage to because I don't want to watch a lot of movies. Is this Children of the Corn? I don't know. Creepy though. But it's all the main characters with glowing eyes. And then we have the Virgin variant of the cover, 1 in 10. So, which I don't understand why they're putting it out because I'd rather just have the title at this point. But that is my number 3 for this week. I go, okay, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. That's what it's supposed to be, according to this person down there. Cool. I implore you, if you haven't already checked out this series, check it out. The first couple of volumes are already out. It is worth the money for $3.99, and I don't say that lightly because there's a lot of books that are $3.99 that aren't worth the $3.99. They should be down to $1. Alrighty then, what we got here? Glenn Matthews is the janitor's name. Thank you, Evil Black Kitty. And Homaji, yes, Homaji. He says I'm doing a Marvel kick and reading Claremont X-Men since I don't have the rush to read this year's stuff. Cool. It'll take you 14 years to finish Claremont. All right, number 2 for this week is Flash Gordon. Man, crazy how this, like, the poll list goes and how many most books are most pulled on League of Comic Geeks is crazy when you don't have DC to push all these independent books down to the bottom. But all right, we're going into Flash Gordon number 14 with Jeremy Adams, and we have Eater Messias and Lee Luffridge and Taylor Esposito. All right, Emperor Flash goes to war. Flash Gordon turns the tables on Ming and his otherworldly ally, a dark version of Flash himself. That's right. And here's an evil, alternate dark version of Flash. Now he's back at the front lines of the planetary war with enemies at all sides. But the fight will take cunning and brains, and not just brawn. Unless you have Brawn Breaker. And it's the secrets of the warped version of Flash's world that will trigger the real explosions. $32.49 for $5. Honestly, this is a book. I do love it. I do wish it was down to $3.99. I don't think it should be $4.99 unless it's a double page or a double size more. But because it's been kind of like, I love Jeremy Adams, and this is Mad Cave, and I understand Mad Cave is a smaller publisher, not as big as Marvel DC, but for them to charge $4.99, it's asking a little bit more than most people are gonna want to pay. So it'd be interesting to see how many copies they actually sell this, or since it started, for that price range. But we have cover A here. We got Evil Flash and the evil. What's your name? Darren? I always forget her name. It's some weird name. I always forget it though. I want to say Aaron, but it's not Aaron. It could be. I'm sure it'll be corrected in the chat. Somebody will say like, "Oh yeah, I know what this is." Dale. That's what it is. Quickly, I said it's Dale. And then of course, this is the Kyle Holtz variant, and I'm like, okay, I don't like Flash's weird kind of like hair, but I do love the monsters. So that's pretty cool. All right. Going on to my number 1 for this week. And Breen, if you have any comments or oohs or ahs you want to give, go ahead. If you're still there. All right. My number 1 book for the week is Punisher Red Band number 4. It is the best book out at Marvel right now. Other than actually, I do like it better than Ultimate Spider-Man. I've been liking it more. All right. The Punisher is an unstoppable force, and after a gut-wrenching and senses-shattering time in Weird World, which I have no idea because I didn't read the previous years before this because I hate Jason Aaron. I think he's a horrible writer. Uh, and it says Punisher now finds himself back in New York City, somehow at the mercy of Wilson Fisk, changed by his latest dalliances? Dalliances? That's weird. Across Hell's Kitchen, he's got Frank Castle under his thumb. But why? And how? And where's the Hulk? And how could things possibly get worse? Parentheses, they can. All right, we have Benjamin Percy, who's been just an awesome writer when it comes to. He wrote that Patch, was a 4-issue miniseries 2 years ago, throwback series, and he had Wolverine as Patch with eye patch, and they had him smoking, which I thought was impressive because a lot of times you get these books and these characters don't smoke anymore because it's bad. Well, so that's what they want you to think. This is polybagged, yes, but there's no. Here's the thing about this. The red bands come polybagged, but the only problem I have with it is that, in fact, there's no trading card in there. Why is it even polybagged? You're not hiding anything. This isn't, oh, he's got some blood and he's being tortured. Or, it's like, it's not missing. Like, it's not like he has a chunk of his flesh missing. But I do like the fact that he does have the skull on his chest. It's there, subtle, but it's there. And Kingpin, man. Kingpin, can you lay off the mascara? You're not Batman. Why do you have black around your eyes? Marco Cicchetto is doing the main cover, but he's not doing the interior art, which kind of makes this series kind of like not as good as it could be. I prefer to have Cicchetto on the interior art. After you were seeing what he does on Spider-Man, now with Ultimate Spider-Man ending, you could see Cicchetto going in doing some actual more interior work. I do know this is getting an ongoing series with Benjamin Percy. I would love to see Cicchetto take over the interior if he's not already doing it. Because
you want some Cicchetto on the Punisher?
What was that? Cicchetto's not doing the interior art in this.
No. I said, 12 years ago, Greg Rucka wrote a Punisher series that was fantastic. Mm-hmm. Cicchetto was the artist.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great artist. The fact that they're not using him on interior arts after. Right now I understand he's an Ultimate Spider-Man, but I would love to see him doing Punisher.
Maybe he will because he's got done with Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, all right. Then we have the Bajor Barends 125, which looks really weird. I don't like these computer painted stuff. It just looks like Daz Studio. You're just using it, you're just moving around posing it. Carrie Andrews, we've heard it both ways. This is his Punisher. I do like the big guns, but I don't like the awkward schoolgirl pose where he's knocking these, or at least trying to. It's weird. And yeah. But yeah, Cicchetto, fantastic artist. Right now, he is the best artist over at Marvel. I can't think of another artist that's over that I would say is better. And you haven't read any Marvel stuff in a while. You just read the Ultimate Spider-Man. Other than that, you didn't check out any titles, did you?
Nope.
No. So, So this is my number one book of the week. Like I said, being polybag for $4.99. I want my freaking trading card, man. Give me some exclusive trading cards. Like if you're gonna polybag it, put a trading card in there. Otherwise, there's no point of the polybag. You're trying to hide the cover. Ooh, okay. Well, you planned it out in solicits. We all know what the cover looks like. It's just kind of weird. I understand that the polybags are more eye-catching than a normal comic book cover, but yeah, I want more. Knowing Marvel will be like $20 if you want polybagged in a trading card because it costs money for the trading card. It's like, bro, you have enough money for merchandise. All right. But that is my number one book of the week. There is a Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale, Captain America book coming out, trade. Captain America, I think it's White, I think it's called. I think that's what it was called back in the day. Their little series they did, miniseries. Other thing coming out this week is Ultimate Endgame #1, but it's Dennis Camp. And I don't really... It's supposed to be them fighting against the Maker, all the characters together, but Hickman's not even on the freaking title. So why do I care? I mean, I love the new characters and stuff they have here, but Yeah, it's Denise Camp. Denise can't write, and it looks like they got Terry Dodson doing some penciling in here too. But
Dennis Camp just looks like if soy had a human form.
right, here's 1 in 100 Scotty Young Black White Virgin variant. Chip Zdarsky 1 in 1,000. Who the fuck's gonna buy this? If you're gonna pay for 1,000, no, just right click, save as, print it off at home. If you want to make it a poster, you can go to any place, they'll print it off for you. As long as you have the image. You know. Yeah, Ryan Stegman, it's okay. It's Stegman. Oh, that's right. America Chavez is in this universe. And no, there's no mention of her having lesbian parents in this. At least not I read. So maybe it must Denise Camp edited in there. But it's Iron Boy too. You have the Wasp variants. Blank variant. Cool. Cafu variant. Keeping Cows comics Terry Dodson. He does realize that the symbiote, I guess, is going to come back on the Peter as he's calling for Richard. Which I don't understand. And then we have, here he goes. Here's the awkward. Hey, Harry's dead wife, MJ, who is Peter's wife, and then we have Richard's 16-year-old girlfriend, Felicia Hardy. Yeah, I don't think so. He got a lot of flack for that. Now, this is the Dan Panasian variant. I do love this. Kind of like Wolverine.
Why did he get flack for that?
Because it looks very sexual. Like Felicia Hardy's trying
to. Her hands are behind her head. None of them are showing any skin. None of them are in any kind of provocative pose.
The provocative pose is black cats.
No, there. If that's provocative, you live in church. This is as benign a cover as I've ever seen.
And also having the three, because the whole thing is that whenever Peter Parker
together.
No, so here's the thing. It's always been Peter Parker's girlfriend, his past girlfriend, his wife, whatever, and then he's at Felicia Hardy, his girlfriend. In this universe, it's not that. So Terry Dodson drew this and having no idea what's going on in the universe, so it looks kind of weird. Sorry. And Felicia Hardy is like
apologizing for being wrong.
Did he apologize? I don't know.
No, are you? You said sorry. There's nothing wrong with this cover.
It is. Sorry, Breen. There it is. Felicia Hardy would not be flirting with Spider-Man wearing the symbiote because
she's not flirting with him. She's standing behind Gwen and Mary Jane.
She's standing up in a model pose.
Her hands are behind.
Her hair, showing off her chest.
Maybe she's surrendering. Showing off her chest. There's not even a line in between that.
Well, no, it's just great.
If we are this puritanical, then close up this hobby. That's ridiculous. Go on.
No, I disagree, but we'll keep going. And then this is Mark Brooks Virgin variant. So it looks like he's throwing in some of the surge from the X-Men, Peach Momoko. Yeah, here's Peach Momoko's thing. Which I have not kept up with the Peach Momoko X-Men Ultimate X-Men stuff because it just got horrible. But it looks like they got every other Black Panther is gonna be in there too. And it's Storm. Then we have Reed Richards, Doctor Doom. We have Armor in there too. Wolverine with a beard is just weird to me. But And here's a Scotty Young variant. 18 freaking variants for this. But I don't think it would even sell. And especially, what's the point of this? Obviously they want to sell variants. This is their big thing. And aren't they just? I thought they were relaunching it, 3.0. But
you wouldn't need 18 variants if there was anything between the covers.
I didn't say there is a movie between covers. I'm just saying they're gonna do this at their little event, and then they're just gonna reset the world again if they come back to it. And
I'm not saying one question what you were saying.
But no,
you're saying,
but
if anybody wanted to buy the actual comic book, even it's because some people would prefer to own it than to get it digitally.
Yeah,
you wouldn't need 18, 20, 30 variant covers because that's where all their sales are coming from. Because there's no one has any interest in reading this, and that's why the industry is falling apart.
Yeah. This is actually the best cover. If you're gonna do a trade out of this would be the best cover for everything. If you're gonna do an omnibus of the Ultimate Universe, I kind of like this. But
I think that's the best cover.
This one here,
the regular one, yeah.
Yeah, that is through. That's Mark Brooks right there.
Yeah, I gotta give the devil his due. He's a fine artist. He's a great cover artist.
Yeah.
Can't stand him as a person, but he's a great cover artist.
Right. Actually, now that I think back, I don't think they're really launching this. They might do a little later on, but as far as I know, I think this is it. Because Hickman came out and said, they're all saying, "Oh yeah, it's great. We're going to end it while it's on top."
Will you be at all surprised to find out in 2 months that Bendis is the architect of the new Ultimate Universe?
Wouldn't be surprised at all. But then again, who knows? They'll put Bendis on Iron Man probably again. Who knows? But yeah, it's sad because it's weird because I'd rather have if you're gonna end it, have Hickman write the ending. Don't give it to Denise Camp, and I'll keep calling Denise because he does not have any testosterone in his body. He looks at the guy who got killed in the Nakatomi Tower Plaza. The guy who was trying to smooth over Hans Gruber, and Hans Gruber just killed him. Yeah. But and then we have Archie just on penciling. But alrighty then. Yeah, there isn't much coming out, like I said, like that I'm interested in. Predators Kill the Universe, Marvel Universe #5 is coming out this week. The Ultimates, probably the final issue for that. I think it's number 19. Or at least not. It might not be the ending. I'm not sure how many this is going for, but Kyle Higgins is doing Radiant Black number 39. That's still ongoing. We have Marvel Zombies Red Band. Spawn of the Dark Ages, Marvel Knights World to Come number 5. Yeah, The Lucky Devils, Charles Soule, Star Wars Boba Fett, and then Lost Fantasy, Giant Size. Yeah. That might be a Teeny Howard book, The Martian Marian Heretic, because it's just Howard and Gerald. Thundercats Lost. Yeah. Said there really isn't anything. Because once DC is gone, all that's left is kind of like the variant covers in here. A book called Mary Sue, like Boom Studios. Megan Spritz Martin is writing a book called Mary Sue.
Of course she is.
Harley Quinn and Elvira Mystery Variant Blind Big. That's the only thing that's coming out that's DC related because it's through Dynamite. $10. And then because Eerie number 6. And then we got kind of this Heatseeker Exposed cosplay pack Voto variant. $25 for a variant. Right click, save as. I don't understand people. I guess they're doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. Is getting another. That's a webtoon. Yeah, there's a lot of Alien has his own webtoon apparently. Predator has his own webtoon. Yeah. Space Ghost variant. A lot of variants coming out this week. But a lot of in stuff. All right. Gonna look over at in stock trades. Right now they have 40% off on their DC titles.
Well, so can we see what's coming out tomorrow regular, like for the first time tomorrow?
Oh, for this, new releases?
Yeah, for trades.
Oh, for trades. You mean okay? That stuff. I just told you it was a Captain America stuff. There was nothing else that you'd be interested.
Okay, so there's nothing. All right.
I'll show you. I mean, now if you want to look at trades, but
there's Captain America Epic Collection. I saw that, but so there's nothing else.
Nothing, yeah, because the DC's kind of gone. So,
well, that's just new releases. That doesn't mean they weren't releasing anything trade wise.
No, trade lights too. Nothing from DC's coming out tomorrow. So, and shares. Yeah, this is Marvel Boom Studios. There's no DC was listed whatsoever. So, if you want, I'll go through it.
No, so yeah, I was see if there was like an EC to end the year, but
no. Chicken Devils, Nexus, but that's probably through Kickstarter, or I don't know where you ordered it from. It says other, so that means anything. And then a lot of it says manga. So, Martian Manhunter, Absolute Martian Manhunter, which is coming through Envy Press, which is weird, but yeah, everything's all manga except for the Captain America, American Nightmare Epic Collection, and then Captain America Jeff Loeb, and then
there's teams up with Cody Rhodes.
Yep, American Nightmare. So, but this week coming out, it says renewal releases here. We had I told you everything out right now is like 40% off for DC stuff. It's all the new stuff right now, but I was gonna go over DC stuff. I'm not gonna go through all of them. There's 42 pages. You guys go through them. It's right. The link is actually on the thumbnails, and it's inside the description of the video here. As far as books coming out, or at least are already out now for DC, like I said, 40% off. So if you're looking to get Absolute Batman Dark Victory, this latest one, hardcover, it was $100, knocked down to $57. And also have Haunted Night hardcover edition right here, and then also Hush. A lot of Batman titles that are out. Absolute Batman, these giant oversized Absolute Batman Court of Owls. Those are the giant coffee size tables when they get the Absolutes. Death Metal, Absolute New Frontier hardcover edition. Doomsday. Hey, do you like Doomsday? New Green Lantern, Absolute Justice hardcover. That's the Alex Ross one. So, and then Kingdom Come. So I said, if you're looking for a specific title, through DC, and especially like when you get Sandman, Red Sun, if you ever got Red Sun, they have all these Absolute titles that are out, hardcovers. Preacher, Swamp Thing, George Perez, Adventures of Superman by George Perez and Roger Stern, 1980s. That's down to $28.49. So let's go on the chat. Anybody doing talking? Personally, I avoid anything Peach Momoko as I always thought her art sucked. And what's up, Jackson? All right, it's a little bigger for you guys. You guys can actually see the actual things. Yeah. And right now, it says 40% off for DC stuff, and also there's there's free shipping, I believe, included as well. Hey, look, John Ridley, The American Way. Yeah. Jeremy Adams, Aquaman. The first volume is, you can get it instead of paying $12 or $20, you can, it says $11.39. So I do say support your LCS, but hey, if you can get these for half off instead of paying full price at your LCS, go for this. The only thing I don't see up here for Aquaman, I don't see sometimes they have the older stuff, like the Dan Abnett. I see the Kelly Pseudoconic crap. Maybe I passed it up already. There it is. Aquaman, Suicide Squad, St. Atlantis. That's Dan Abnett. And Jeff Johns, Peter David, Aquaman. That's kind of cool. So, now, free shipping over $50 for U.S. customers. and most stuff is like 40% off right now. So, and if you're looking for like coming soon, these are a lot of the trades. Here's Amazing Spider-Man, supposed to release in January. Gonna be Epic Collection. Danny O'Neill. We got some more. A lot of manga. Here's Prodigy, the hardcover library edition. Breen, the Mark Millar.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. Supergirl World Minute Tomorrow is getting a compact. Ooh, the Tom King crap is now $10. Gross. What else we got here? Alpha Flight by Mandalo and Lee Omnibus. That's also coming out too as well. Conan the Barbarian. Some trades. Criminal, Cruel Summer. Volume 10, Cruel Summer, new printing. Comes out on the 7th. Then some of these don't have thumbnails yet. But Old School Thundercats Classic Gear. That's what I'm looking for. Jim Mooney, Brett Breeding. 4 decades of Thundercats adventures. Classic Gear collections releasing. That looks cool. And then, of course, yeah, Doom Patrol, Death of the Doom Patrol is coming out on the 13th. Arnold Drake, Paul Kupperberg, and Bruno Bernami and Joe Staten. Green Lantern, Robert Venditti Omnibus with Billy Tan. Then now we have Iron Man Armor Wars with John Romita, I'm guessing Jr. hardcovers with Bob Layton too as well. Then the Nail is getting released again too. They're doing that.
I highly recommend that if you haven't read either one of those.
Yeah, I actually own it. I got it off of the auction, but they don't have a price for it yet though. So I'm curious to see what they're supposed to do. Is it be a soft cover or a hard cover? So, and the chat's dead. Chat's dead tonight. What else we got here? New history of the DC Universe is being collected. Yay! Trying to see if there's any EC stuff coming out over here. X-Men Epic Collection, Life Death. That's on the 13th. And then we have Christopher Yost and Dan Slott's Spider-Man Returns. DuckTales, Treasure of the Lost Lamp, hardcover. With Bobby J. Weiss and John Lustig. Krill Kingdom. All right. Try to add Lars on there. Ghost Path Birdsby direct edition. Yeah. No, manga. A lot of manga stuff. Eric Larson, Andrea Hulk collection coming out. Grant Morris Invisibles. Spider-Man Wolverine. The Thing, King of Yancey Street, Alex Aguirre and Pete Woods. That's new stuff. X-Men Epic Collection, Bishop's Crossing. Mark Guggenheim. The 90s blockbuster era of so Young Justice Omnibus number 2. Probably coming out. That's going to be on the 20th. And then we have Jerry Seigel, Syndicate of Crime versus the Crook. That's interesting. Isn't Jerry Seigel? Am I thinking of? Isn't he from DC National?
Yeah, that's the other half of Superman.
Yeah. So I guess they're gonna have 3 of his books coming out. I never heard of this. Previously authored through. Oh, these are previously authored through Diamond. Regular equipped with a razor's mind sharp, superb athletic ability, and a vast array of cutting-edge gadgets. A spider. Ooh, it's a kid. It's a spider. Okay. As a site set on taking over New York under the establishing a syndicate of crime, joining the menacing Spider on his earliest adventures, recruiting other fiends and into his fledgling empire and seeing off competition from other foes, including Master of Illusion, Mirror Man. Fully remastered and collected for the first time, this volume presents the many of the Super Crook's exciting 1960s adventures, which featured the most popular British comic book villain and sprang from the imagination of Superman co-creator Jerry Siegel. So I guess he wrote this under Terry Cohen, even though it's Jerry Siegel. I'm confused about that. Or Ted Cohen.
Maybe he needed to keep his job at DC.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Pin Apocalypse is going to probably get a trade end of the month. So if you missed an issue of that, it's a great way to collect it. Yeah. Looks we got Avengers Epic Collection Under Siege. There you go. DC's finest Batman: The Case of the Chemical. That looks pretty cool. That's the end of the month. I'll probably pick that up. That's going to go for like $440. Batman Adventures Mad Love Deluxe Edition hardcover is being released again. Rainbow Rowell, Fantastic Four, yay! Giant Size X-Men with Rainbow Rowell, yay! So Rainbow Rowell. Look, they get Fire and Ice when hell freezes over.
And that's when I'll get it.
Hey, what's up, Paulo Bento? What's going on? And yeah, Miles Morales got here, Epic Spider Collection here. Yeah, Superman in the 70s trade paperback. Neil Adams, Danny O'Neill, Len Wein, and Kurt Swan, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. They have that. The Silver Age Omnibus, Wonder Woman, volume number 3.
That wouldn't be bad.
No. Yeah, that's probably when she actually had good stuff going on. Hello to Brent Squints. What's up?
No, it's typical DC Silver Age, but yeah, it's kind of fun.
And here it says, never been collected in color. Remember, these were all essential black and whites? So now they're actually putting them into color.
Yeah.
That's cool. Transfer Era sees Diana's origins rewritten, her Wonder Family expanded, classic villains revived in wild imaginative tales by Robert Kanigher, Ross Andrew. Wow. Actually good then. Mike Exposito doing the inking. And then we have packed with the iconic stories, creative reinventions. This volume captures pivotal, unpredictable chapter in Amazing Amazon's incredible history. Collects Wonder Woman 150 through 177 and Brave and the Bold 63 and 78 with a brand new introduction by comics historian John Wells. I don't know who John Wells is, but it's a brand new introduction. Cool. Maybe he wrote something. X Factor, Omnibus, Louise Simonson, John Byrne, Walt Simonson, or Simonson. You've heard it both ways. Disney's Greatest Comics Collection hardcover is also coming out there. Carl Barks, Don Rosa, Romana Scarpa. Dude, that looks cool. I love the Donald Duck and Uncle Scrooge stories. But that looks to be just Uncle Scrooge, not Donald Duck. What else we got coming out? I can't see the other chat. I can only see the mobile one. I have a collection that came out several years ago. It's titled Star Wars. SC Power Rise the Power Company. You never need to see what that is. It's a Rainbow Raw on the cover. All right. Hey, look, Absolute Batman Volume 2 is coming out. Transformers UK Compendium, Book 1. An old school one. Alrighty. Black Panther by Jack Kirby. Revenge of the Black Panther. What else we got here? Batman White Knight's going to be a compact book. I knew it would be soon. I didn't think it was this soon. That's going to be in February. Here's a creepy right here. Bernie Wrightson. Bernie Wrightson presents Creepy. And then they're going to have Wonder Woman enter the Cheetah, World's Finest. There's a couple. Here's the Ares Archives, Volume 13, double-sized volume. So here's their Bernie Wrightson one, the Dark Horse. So 1970s collaboration with fellow superstars. That was cool. And then we have their DC Finest Wonder Woman enter the Cheetah, which is collects Sensation Comics 19 through 34, Comic Cavalcade 3 through 7, and Wonder Woman 5 through 9. Cool. So you have 12. You don't have anything past that for Erie,
right? But I have no real desire to go farther than that.
Yeah, collecting Erie 70 through 80. Yeah, Double Shot of Terror, 2 horrifying volumes in 1. Legendary Creators of Legendary Terror, collecting 11 issues of Warren Publishing Legendary Ear Horror Anthology, previously compiled in Dark Horse hardcover volumes 15 and 16. This double volume paperback edition includes jaw-dropping work from Howard Chaykin, Bernie Wrightson, Richard Corbin, Carmen Infantino, Jim Starlin, and a host of other fan favorite talents. Cool. Yeah. Also has content from a special reprint issue 79, not collected in the previous Erie Archives volumes. That's cool. And I said 4 Epic Collection. But for some reason it says Rambo Rowell on there, so I don't even want to I don't know where they're going by that. Because Rambo Rowell is not on the classic Epic Collection. Someone fucked up. But Marvel Fanfare Omnibus. I didn't know there was a first Omnibus. But that's coming out too. Yeah. Superman, New Krypton, or Krypton, Saga Omnibus. Sterling Gates, James Robinson, Greg Rucka. That's being collected. That's going to come out in February. Teen Titans Go! Go big or go home. I'm guessing that collects everything we've been reading on the channel so far. Probably a volume trade. Bubblegum Crisis. I guess that's the manga. It's finally getting a archive. Cool. And then Planet of the Apes. Ooh. Yeah. I wish I could just filter by what publisher's coming out, so I don't have to go look through all the manga stuff. That's the only downside looking at this. Wally Wood's EC Stories expanded edition artists. You want me to look at that?
Nah.
Green Arrow, Trial of Oliver Queen. Mike Grell, Danny O'Neill. Dan Jurgens. Dick Giordano. That comes out on February 10th. Then they have Charles Daredevil. It is being released again. Trade format.
What issues is that Green Arrow?
Oh. Well, it has Green Arrow Volume 2, 9 through 20. The Question Annual Number 2. Green Arrow Annual Number 2. Secret Origins 38. And Never Before Collected Black Canary Tales from Action Comics Weekly.
Never mind. I saw the Ed. I didn't hear you say Ed Hannigan, so I knew what it was because I saw that.
Yeah. Because I don't know who Ed Hannigan is, so I just said Mike Grell and Danny O'Neill and Dan Jurgens.
Ed Hannigan was the artist for the entire series. Because Mike Grell just wrote it. He didn't do any of the art on the regular series. He did the Longbow Hunter.
Yeah.
But then he didn't do the art for the regular series.
I would have liked it with Mike Grell doing the art on the interior.
I think Ed Hannigan worked out better. It just had a good. I guess maybe I just got used to it, but he was perfectly suited for that book.
Because I'm curious.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
No,
I would have been fine with Mike Grell art, but by that time he just wasn't doing, because he stopped doing the art on John Sable before the series ended also. So I think he was kind of it might have been taking him longer than it used to do stories. But yeah, they said Ed Hannigan was fine. So I've read the entire series, and that's the one where he dies and Connor Hawke takes over the book. But the first 80 or so, Mike Grell writes. And then he left the book altogether.
I was going to say, when he was, did Ed Hannigan leave and then Dan Jurgens took over the art?
Jurgens might have taken over the writing after Grell left.
Because
I truly don't remember.
They show Mike Grell, Danny O'Neill, and Sharon Wright as the writers. Then you have artists Eddie Hannigan, Dan Jurgens, and Randy DeBerk.
Well, Randy DeBerk was the artist on the Black Canary Action Comics story.
Okay.
And O'Neill might have been the writer. I do not know who did Green Arrow after Grell left. I don't know if Hannigan stayed or not.
Yeah. Because sometimes I like it when they're the writer and the artist, because sometimes they know what they want to write, and it's much easier instead of trying to explain to the artist what you want to do. You just do it yourself.
No, I said if anything at DC post-crisis was better than Superman stuff, it was Green Arrow. And I liked everything DC did.
Yeah.
I love the Bwahaha Justice League, but as far as like just fantastic comics, the Green Arrow was in a league of its own because it was kind of separated. They didn't really mix with the rest of the DC universe, and it was they got into some legit adult storytelling.
Tom Strong, Arthur Adams. That's interesting. And Epitaph of the Abyss, but that's the new one you don't like.
Epitaph of the Abysmal.
Pepto-Bismol.
No, the Abysmal.
Hey, Steven Sajic's porn romance. Lesbian porn.
Sunstone.
Yeah, Sunstone. Yep, is a slow burn lesbian romance with kinky twists.
No, that's pretty much all he does, isn't it?
Well, he's been doing the art on The Scorch. He's the main artist. John Layman's writer. Pop Killing Your Thirst hardcover, finally released. That's in February. Batman and Robin, Peter G. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. Looks like that's been released on February 17th. Superman Time Again. Dan Jurgens, Jerry Ordway, Roger Stern. Yep, Kerry Gamble. So, Green Arrow Omnibus hardcover for Golden Age. That I might be interested in buying. That was cool.
Picture Batman or Green Arrow as Batman.
Yep.
Speedy as Robin.
Yes.
Yarrow car as the Batmobile.
Yes.
Yarrow cave as the Bat Cave.
Yep.
And you got Green Arrow.
Exactly. Fractured Spectrum, Volume 5 of Green Lantern. And then we also had the Green Lantern International Core War Compendium. So, wow. Yeah, Ultimate and Concursion, that's been collected. That's the new one. Yeah, I just like Golden Age heroes as it is. So when they collect this stuff, they rarely reprint it. The new Witchblade collection, Volume 3. Philip K. Johnson, Batman and Robin, Volume 2. And Batman by James Tynion, Omnibus Art, Volume 2.
Yeah, Green Arrow actually survived from the gold into the silver age because it was a backup in Adventure Comics forever.
Well, it
would be Superboy, Aquaman, and Green Arrow.
Green Arrow was also in World's Finest. For most of those, we just don't read them. We scroll past them, but he's had a lot of the stories of him and Speedy. All right, Demon, the Birth of the Demon. There you go. That's DC Finest, $40 for that. That comes out in end of February. Excalibur Omnibus, hardcover number volume 4. And then, of course, Gotham City Sirens, Leah Williams, blah, blah, blah. Hey, look, Joker Bronze Age Omnibus hardcover. And Micronauts, Epic Collection.
That Joker, I've had that for 5 years. I guess they're redoing it.
They released it 5 years ago, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has the 10th issue of the Joker that didn't come out because it got imploded, where he fights the Justice League.
Side Spirit, Secret Wars. Superman Unlimited, Dance Line. Trying to find stuff that isn't modern, looking older stuff. Action Before the Ban. Pat Mills, John Wagner. That sounds very indie. Flash Gordon collection, hardcover, volume 6. Johnny Quest, that's the one you're liking. Time Flies. Marvel Creator Collection, hardcover. Back to the Savage Land. I'm not sure exactly what. I guess it's gonna be this sampler book. Yeah. Look to see if there's any. Yeah. Usually Henry pops in and he's like, "Hey, can you look at this?" So Earth 2 finally collected, 52. Creepy trade pack, double-sized volume. There's a normal trade. Jessica Jones Blind Spot, Kelly Thompson. What? Nightwing Leaping into the Light. Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo. Compact. But it's funny. I see that and I see the Lobo, Keith Giffen. My eye goes right over to that Thor, that mighty Thor there, Walt Simonson. And Sal Buscema. That looks cool. The Surtur War. And Epic Collection, Lonely Are the Hunted. Roy Thomas, Gary Frederick for X-Men.
Yeah, see what issues that covers.
It's too bright. All right.
24 through 45 and Avengers 53.
Yep. And not Brand Eck, number 4. Yep.
I know I'm not, as a fossil, I'm not allowed to say this, but I never got the allure of not Brand Eck kind of eluded me.
Well, the name just says Eck because I'm not going to get it. As the kids say, that's the ick.
It was their humor book, and it just, I mean, yeah, it was fine, but I said a lot of the fossils loved that. I'm just not one of them.
I'm not a fossil yet, and I still don't like it.
but I've read some, and it just didn't do it for me. I mean,
I read one too with E.
There is one story where Spider-Man is marrying the Wasp, and he goes to show his bride to Aunt May, and she thinks he's holding a fly, so she swats her. I like that.
Invincible is getting a new volume, release edition of number 14. Great series. Batman Superman's World's Finest hardcover volume number 8. They also have a trade and also coming out. That's coming in March. Avengers No Surrender, No Road Home.
No, thank you.
Al Ewing, Mark Waid. I mean, I'm not a fan of Al Ewing, and I'm not sure when was this 2000s Mark Waid?
Oh yeah, this is SJW Marvel.
Okay, 2015,
thereabouts.
Okay,
16, 17.
I was gonna say because normally Mark Waid's a good writer, no matter what he's on. But I mean, if it's like you get into
at that point, he wasn't.
I liked him on Wally West, Flash stuff. But speaking of Flash, Fastest Man Dead. Carrie Bates, Robert Kanigher.
What issues are those? I'm guessing it's in the 200s.
Yeah, 197 to 200. Yeah, 229. Brave and the Bold, 99. And a 2-part crossover with the Man of Steel and the World's Finest Comics, 189 or 198 and through 199.
I'm guessing they are omitting the Green Lantern stories that were the backups.
I would imagine so.
Because that's where, when the O'Neil Adams series got canceled, it continued in the Flash for a few months. But I'm guessing this is just all the Flash stuff. But that, and they're still $40.
These are usually $40. These are the DC Finest.
Yeah, does it say how much that is? Or
no, these because they don't get the price yet until it comes out. Then they get the price, which I don't understand because at this point,
they might not have gone to press yet, and they may have to raise them.
But Punisher Epic,
that'd be worth getting though. That's
yeah. The Flash one, I love that stuff, but man, this Punisher Epic collection.
Yeah, see the thing with that Punisher though, all the issues in there you can find in dollar bins.
Not really, because I've looked for some of this stuff, and some of them, yes, you can, but like,
and honestly, Punisher was losing steam by this point.
This is Mike Baron.
That's what issues did he write?
Collecting Punisher 76 through 84, Punisher Annual. Then it has 5 and 6, and then it's Spider-Man Punisher Sabretooth, designer Jeans from 1993. Punisher, a man named Frank, written by Mike Baron, and then they have.
Yeah, I'm seeing nothing but good art or good writers on here, but I don't remember anything particularly well except for Terry Kavanaugh.
Yeah,
but I don't remember anything particularly standing out in this era. Yeah. The earlier stuff's definitely much better from Baron.
Yeah. So it says
and that art on that cover is awful.
The cover artist is Mark Bestella, which it might as well just be John Romita Jr. At this point.
Romita Jr. is much better than that.
But the fact that they're releasing stuff that has anything to do with Chuck Dixon in it, I'm kind of curious about that because I thought he was blacklisted. So why release anything that he is attached to? Because you have to pay him a royalty.
It's weird. It doesn't seem to the people that have been blacklisted from working there don't seem to do the same with them as far as like reprints and royalties.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they'll never be asked to work for them again.
Yeah, there you go. Flash Rebirth Compact Edition. Jeff Johns.
I am one of those people that wish they'd never brought Barry Allen back.
But once again, you're gonna EVS a check from DC. That's coming out in March 17th. Also was a Batman omnibus, though. Interesting what this collects. Visions of the Dark Knight, who might have been, could be, and shouldn't become. Written by Brian Augustin, Chuck Dixon, Doug Mensch, and others. We have Norm Brayfogle, the crappy Kelly Jones, Mike Mignola, who is okay. First volume of Batman Elseworlds collects Batman Gotham by Gaslight, number 1. Cool. Batman Holy Terror, number 1. Batman Dracula, Red Rain. Batman Master of the Future, or Govern the Future, where we live. Batman the Blue and the Gray and the Bat, number 1. Robin 3000, number 1 and 2. Batman Houdini, The Devil's Workshop, number 1. Batman Dark Joker, The Wild. Batman in the Darkest Night, Catwoman Annual, number 1. Detective Comics Annual, number 7. Batman Annual, number 18. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Annual, number 4. Batman Shadow of the Bat Annual, number 2. Robin Annual, number 3. Batman Castle of the Bat, number 1. Batman Bloodstorm. Batman Brotherhood of the Bat. And Batman Night Gallery. And Batman Man Bat 1 through 3. So, a lot of Elseworlds. And, yeah. Oof. But Great way to collect all the Elseworlds if you're trying to collect all of them individually. G.I. Joe, the new volume of that. 100 Bullets. Black Widow by Mark Waid, Chris Samney. There you go. Mark Waid, Chris Samney on. No, that's still Black Widow. Black Widow Captain America though. I don't know that. Arnold Drake and Jack Miller is it Neil Adams and Carmine Infantino, Jack Kirby on Dead Man. How many times can a guy die? Then we have Paul Jenkins Hellblazer being released in a trade format. Lone Wolf of Cub is also getting its own deluxe edition hardcover release, Volume 2. T9's Omnibus hardcover Volume 2 as well. And we get Avengers Volume 6. Jerry Conway, Jim Shooter, George Perez, Sal Buscema, and George Perez featuring iconic art from George Perez. Keep saying that. Let you know that George Perez is on this. Here they have, that's the normal cover here, and then they also have the Jack Kirby cover, the new lineup. Invisible Man, if you missed out on this, I'd still say it's James Tynion's best work. Universal Monsters, Invisible Man, hardcover direct. That's going to be end of March 25th. Looks like Mark Guggenheim and Mark Waid's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is being released in omnibus format. Archie versus Minor Threats by Patton Oswalt. Ugh. Batman Beyond Unlimited Compendium. Justin Nugent and then Adam Beecham. So Batman Dark Patterns finally released in trade. And we're going to have Batman the Golden Age on this hardcover Volume 3, along with Batman Hush, number 2. Justice League of America is being released again, collection for $40. And looks like we get Green Arrow with Chris Condon. And Misadventures in Midvale, Volume 1 of the Sophie Campbell Supergirl, which has actually been really good. Not the best, but I mean, it's better than when it's been one of the better titles. Invincible on the best hardcover, Volume 1. Another release. This one has Spider-Man on the cover, though. That's April 1st. I'm hoping that's April Fool's. Then you have, Batman Dive Darren Cook, Absolute Edition. Batman the Dark Knight Returns compact. I'll be looking forward to buying that. I already own it in hardcover, but it's kind of cool. Travel Companion. Legion of Superheroes, 5 years later omnibus. Tom Biebermom and Mary Bierbon. Stuart Immonen and Chris Sprouse. Mariko Tamaki and Joelle Jones at Supergirl Being Super. That actually wasn't a bad book. People didn't like the supers it. I thought it was kind of gross, but Animal Man by Tom Vitch and Steve Dillon, omnibus. What If, the Marvel omnibus hardcover. It's also coming out too. Batman Gotham Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age. Good series, crappy ending. Or okayish ending, not the best. Booster Gold's complete 2007 series trade, volume 3 comes out on April 14th. This looks great. Do you see this? The Western coming out? I can't wait to April now. Breen. Look at this. Western. The Hangman Never Loses trade.
That's pretty cool.
Collects All-Star Western 1 through 11. Super DC Giant S through 14. Or I guess S14, 14, 15, and 22. Tomahawk 130 through 140. Weird Western Tales 12 through 17. Wow.
You know what those are, right?
Jonah Hex.
Yep. That reprints the first appearance, number 10.
Yep. So, 12 through 17 is Weird Western Tales. So it's on color. Cool.
Not a huge Tomahawk fan, but
no.
Yeah, but
they're so pricey though. Even if you're not a Tomahawk fan. So Hey, hello to Charlotte. What's going on? All right, so that's coming out in April. Man, I'm just dude, I love the DC Western stuff. All right, Jeremy Adams and Morgan Hampton's The Green Lantern Corps is getting its own volume or trade. And then we're ending it with X-Men, Uncanny X-Men by Kieran Gillen. Legends Omnibus. Now that's something I didn't expect to see. John Byrne. John Oster. Superman, Kryptonite Spectre.
The 87.3 printing of Legends.
That's what it looks like. Legends Omnibus.
Oh, okay. That's a cool idea. Putting everything that all the crossovers.
Yep. So you're gonna have Collecting Legends 1 through 6, Batman 401, Detectives 568, Green Lantern Corps 207, Cosmic Boy 1 through 4, Justice League of America 258 through 261, Secret Origins 10 and 14, The Fury of Firestorm 55 through 56, and 58 through 59, Blue Beetle 9 and 10, The Warlord 114 through 115, Superman number 3, Adventures of Superman 426, and Action Comics 586, with a brand new foreword by Mike Gold, introduction by John Ossinger, and a never-before-seen extensive behind-the-scenes look at DC's journey to making a sequel to Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's in April 21st. So,
yeah, I have all those issues, but if you don't, that was a miniseries that every tie-in mattered.
Also, if you're trying to lighten your short box, like getting rid of some issues,
and then replace it with a omnibus that takes up more space than all of the books.
Hey, I'd rather have a brick than have individual issues all in one spot. Whatever puts my legs to get faster to sleep. Okay.
And right next to it was the Robin.
Yeah, Bronze Age
omnibus. Yeah, that's been out 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, but I still love that cover though.
That's what Batman family.
She's like, I'm about to get eaten here. And he's like, don't worry, I'll kill us both. Well, can I run into you? Ernie Chan in the cover on this is doing great. So, Motorcycle Games, Fraudsters, and more, and exciting stories from such channels as Bob Rozakis, Mike Friedrich, Elliot S. Megan, and Irv Norvik, Gil Kane, and Kurt Schaffenberger. Yeah. Cool. And then what do we got here? Batman with Jim Zdarsky. We don't care about that. Biker Mice Mars trade. Original G.I. Joe Real American Hero Deluxe hardcover book. Larry Hama. Doc and Dark Wolverine Omnibus to James D. Mateus. I've never heard of this Skull Kickers by Jim Zub. Justice League Unlimited. So the new this is the Mark Waid, Joshua Williamson, Dan Morrisov. That's been going on right now. Bobby Collected. Hulk, Return of the Monster. Eric Larson, Andrea Brocado, Rise and Rod Reis. Red Coat. If you've never read Red Coat, I recommend. That's probably like one of the best new independent books that's been going on for the past year or two. Over at Ghost Machine, it is Jeff Johns writing with Brian Hitch doing the art. It is just fantastic. And then what else we got here? Amazing Spider-Man by Artist Edition, Steve Ditko. Thunderbolts by Dark Reign. That was a good one. Ethan Sachs. Spider-Man by Gary Conway and Christopher Priest. Alex, Steve Geiger. Omnibus. Spider-Man Omnibus. Yeah, I guess it's the other version. That's the Bob Layton version. You know, the Alex Ross, or I guess in the Bob Layton. Absolute Blackest Night hardcover. Planet Hulk is getting its own $15 trade release. and Scott Lobdell doing the Trial of Gambit omnibus. 5 Gears in Reverse, Criminal book. I don't think I've read that one, but it's Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. I'm guessing that's a. Wait, no, this is a brand new, so it means this is a new one, right?
Yeah, look, pop that up.
Sean Phillips, yeah, Advanced Solicit, a brand new criminal graphic novel featuring legendary Ricky Lawless, and the crazy how he and Mallory fell in love in the midst of a crime spree. In one of the wildest, most action-packed books that Brubaker and Phillips have ever done, we delve deep into the life of criminals' most complex and tragic characters. Ricky Lawless, as he tries to pay off a deep debt to a monster while things just keep going from bad to worse. 5 Gears in Reverse will have a longtime criminal fans cheering for return of Ricky Lawless, and brand new readers will be perfect jumping on point for one of the greatest crime comic series of 21st century. Yeah. So paying off a deep debt to a mobster? That's not the one, because I know the last one he did, we just saw a preview of that. So this will be a whole new story. Cool. Yeah, that's my book of the year. I already calling it right now. Invincible Iron Man Omnibus. It's coming out this year too as well. That's gonna be in May, and that's May 20th. So mark that in the calendar, brain. And then we have Wolverine, Not Dead Yet. That's Eric Larson, Warren Ellis. Batman Robin by Grant Morrison, Absolute Edition. That's going to be in June. Wow. Spider-Man Brand New Day on the best. No one wants to read that. Bronze Age Omnibus by Jack Kirby. It's DC. So it's all Jack Kirby's featuring
or first issue specials. And
wow, look at that. Demon, Cobra, Elmac, Sandman, Spirit World, Atlas, Mob, Losers. Wow. 1,400 pages of other Kirby comics from the 70s and 80s. Some collect stories from the Days of the Mob 1 through 2, Spirit number 1, Weird Mystery Tales 1 through 3, Demon 1 through 16, Sandman 1 through 6, OMAC 1 through 8, Our Fighting Forces 151 through 162, Superpowers Volume 1, and Superpowers Volume 2. Wow. I think this is probably gonna be $100 or so. That cover is crazy too. That's a Kirby classic cover right there. I've always loved the Kirby dark side. He always looked like a goon. Looks weird. I love Superman. He's like, look, there's monsters coming through. I'm thinking like, and that's supposed to, I guess, be Lex Luthor down there. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I said this looks neat and everything, but no thanks.
Really?
No. I said Demon was okay. OMAC was meh. The Art Fighting Forces are kind of fun. Superpowers, no.
Wow. So Man of Steel, his little 6-issue miniseries remastered again. Yeah. Extensive art gallery. I've never before seen pencils, original art, and more. 40th anniversary, brain.
Let me ask you, Jackson, you don't have to read Criminal in order because he may do a story set in the late 80s and follow it with one in the 70s, then one in the early 2000s. There's really no rhyme or reason to what he does. So no, you can pick up any Criminal and read it.
Yeah, as far as the Criminal is, they're just they're different stories, different characters. So they're separate. They're not tied together.
Well, they are, but just not chronologically.
Yeah, not until later on. You don't really see connection. But that's it.
No, I'd jump all over those, Jackson.
Yeah,
there's nobody better at that kind of stuff than Ed Brubaker. The only other person I've heard mentioned in the same breath is David Lapham, but
I gotta ask. I gotta ask though. Did you ever think in all your years you'd see a small Paul Smith artist edition, Doctor Strange by Paul Smith?
No, but I'm not surprised either because he's a very good artist. Like I said, his X-Men are excellent.
I was gonna say he did that old Wolverine and Kitty Pryde when they're just before the marriage, right? About not Wolverine and Kitty Pryde, but Wolverine getting married.
He was on X-Men at that time.
Yeah. We read that issue. So, but that's all the stuff that's coming out all the way up to like that's August when it comes out, or no, August. August 12th. Wow. So you saw everything's coming out, and you saw some cool stuff. So, but as far as for this week, not really much cool stuff coming out. Punisher, it's coming out. That's my number one pick this week. So if you're not getting the Jim Percy Punisher book, that is something to look forward to. But if you are a DC fan, there is no DC book coming out this week. They decided to basically take a week off for some reason. I don't know what the reason was, but there's no DCs being sold. I would just say skip this week. Call your local LCS. Have them, please, if you have your pull list, tell them to keep your books and come back next week when you actually have like more books to pick up. Unless you're going to go in there and buy back issues. Right now, my shop has everything all half off. But I'm trying to cut back on my storage. As you see behind me, I have stuff stacked here. My whole room is just pretty much becoming like this. It's higher and higher. What's going on? Summer, another lovely thumbnail with so much to look at. I just try to keep it simple, bro. But thank you for watching on the mobile stuff. We're gonna end it right here, though. There really isn't much more to talk about. I don't know if there's a cover ranking tonight over on I Love Comics, but if there is, I do ask you guys to go over if you want to hang out and just you'll be over there tonight probably. That should be in a couple more minutes if he hasn't have it scheduled. Who knows? But I'm not building a library, bro. If I'm gonna build a library, I gotta get Big Mike and the rest of Obamas. Do you see their new library they're building, presidential library?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a freaking Xbox One tower. It's just like it looks so weird. Mm-hmm. Concrete, just rectangle going straight up, and it just there's no windows on it. And I'm just thinking, because you don't want anybody, because it reflects your whole presidency. You don't want anybody shining a light on anything. I'm at page 200 and then Superboy, number 54 from 1955.
Oh, nice.
Cool. How many issues do you read per day, summer? Is it always just from a certain title? Or do you have okay, I'm gonna get whatever came out this week from that year. So you're gonna do Superboy, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, or whatever, and X-Men. Do you do that, or do you just have a specific title and you just binge read through that book? Because I know some people still do that. They'll go, which I know kind of found was weird, but some people that's their hobby. They'll pull up, okay, what came out this day or a week back in 1974, and they'll just read books from 1974. Then they'll go on to 75, and they'll go through each title. Yeah, reading chronologically, and also according to the new history. So we have two layers. Oh, so if you're reading according to the new history, you cannot read Justice League of America. You realize that because it doesn't exist. Mike Wade says Justice League of America does not exist. You can only read Justice League. So you'll have to skip your Justice League of Americas if you're going to try, because they don't exist back then. Sandman Perpetua starting, Lanterns, etc. is others starting at 38. Okay. Cool. I'm surprised that the Ramba Library gets finished. In his third term, he'll get finished. Don't worry about that.
He already had his third term. It was 21, 24.
He'll have another one. Don't worry. Because they need Obama to save America.
Yeah.
All right, though, but we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you all for who stuck around and watched us, and those who just kind of come in and just said hello. Um, yeah, we are live on I believe on we're on Twitch at Geeky Puppet Show, which is the same URL as you're watching right now. We're also on YouTube on two different layouts formats. We're on vertical live, and we're also on the normal layout. So whatever you're watching, thank you for watching, and we'll see you. See you on Thursday.
Right after we say, picked up some various books. DC Comics presents Yang, Robin, Warlord, Scout, Gotham Central, Birds of Prey, Ms. Victory, Hex, Turok, Dot's Uncles and Aunts. I was like, Jackson gets a very eclectic mix.
It's like it's like you going to like a party, and then everybody gets a goodie bags. But he's going to I think you're going to correct me if I'm wrong. I think you go to My Comic Shop. And that's where you order everything over there. So, yeah, we'll be back here on Thursday. I'm not doing anything for New Year's or even New Year's Eve, So I'll be around New Year's Day or on I should say New Year's night, because we're going live at 9 p.m. Eastern. So, very short stream though. I have no back issues. And then Breen has one or two books he probably read, and I doubt Geeky has any books. So, all right. That being said, all right. $3 and $1 books. Cool. Alrighty then. Anything else, Breen?
No. Checking again to see if still nothing's sent.
Well, I mean, check the actual YouTube. I don't go by what he posts in the StreamYard or the no. There's nothing for hey. All right, well, whatever. I'm fine either way. So we're gonna end it right here, and we'll see you tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Thursday. Sorry. Have a safe New Year's. If you stay indoors, stay warm. Don't, especially if you live in the upper winter states where I am right now. Don't go out. Don't go downtown and go the bars and stuff. And just do that stuff. Stay indoors. Hang out with family. Watch some older movies. And read some good comic books. Yeah. I don't go out. I used to go out, and then they started getting a lot of shootings downtown where I live. So I have the past 10 years I haven't gone out. So no, sadly you can't go out to the bars anymore without somebody pulling out a gun. It's because it's America. We're such a violent country. Everyone has a gun. Oh, we'll take our guns away. If I'm up at midnight, it's go to the bathroom. Solid plan. Like it. All right. All right. On that shitty joke, we're out.